If you're ready, we can start by sitting down in Sukhasana, cross-legged position. If you can see, I'm actually sitting on top of my square blanket so that I can allow my hips to open up. So if you have a pillow or a blanket, you can sit on top of it. And also, as you can see, I'm putting my first blanket on top of my yoga mat so it feels cozier, especially if you have lots of bones in the body that is sticking out. It's just so much nicer to have the blanket on top of your mat. I'm just gonna place the hands, turning the palms upside down on top of your thighs or on your knees. Just sitting nice and tall here. You can close your eyes whenever you're ready. Otherwise, you can keep your eyes open and just gently gaze down to the earth. We're going to start to gently welcoming ourselves to this practice. Allowing your mind, your body, and your breath to arrive in this place. Begin to deepen the breath. And gently sigh it out. 2 more times, just like that. Inhale. And exhale to sigh. One more time. Inhale. And exhale. Gently find your natural breath. So the theme of our restorative practice this evening is a rest to boost our immunity system. So I want you to bring the idea of every breath that you take is good to boost your immune system. And every rest that you take that will be able to take you deep into a resting place, a calming mind, is also going to do good to your immune system. We'll stay here for 2 more deep breaths. Gently open your eyes if you haven't already. And then we'll gently remove the props from underneath us. So if you have the playlist, whatever playlist that you want, or maybe if you have my Spotify playlist, try not to hit the shuffle play. We're going to hit the first music, which is it's called the opening. So I'm going to count to 3 if you haven't yet. So 1, 2, 3. Good. And then we're going to just create our first prop. So I don't know how many of you have bolster, but if you have a bolster, you can just use 1 bolster. But if you don't have a bolster, as you can see, I don't have a bolster. So I'm going to use 2 of my pillows. And I'm going to place each one of my smaller pillows on the side of my mat. So if you can see, my small pillow is very, very small. So I'm going to fold it in half, and I'm going to place it just underneath the outer edge of my thighs. And now I'm going to bring the sole of my feet together to touch right at the center. And I'm going to pull the pillows from behind me so that my sacrum can feel the pillows against it. Grab your blanket, especially if you're feeling chilly. because we're gonna stay here for quite a while. I'm pretty sure that we're going to feel a little cold, otherwise don't worry too much about it. And we're going to slowly lengthening the spine up to the sky before we slowly bring our entire back against the pillow. Making sure that your entire back body is resting against the pillow, and you can grab your eye cover or maybe this light scarf that you have. And since I don't have any eye cover, I'm gonna use this light scarf, and I like to tuck the edges or the end of the scarf underneath my head so that my eyes can feel a little gentle pressure above my eyelid, which will help me to relax a lot more. You can place your arms down the side, all the way on the floor, or maybe some of you prefer to have your hands on top of your belly. And wherever you are, slowly relax your breath. Starting to bring your awareness to your entire legs. And gently allow your entire legs to relax. Bringing your entire awareness to your hips and to your entire upper body. Allowing those areas to slowly relax. Eventually bringing your entire awareness to your head and to your mind. Relaxing your head and your mind completely by observing your breath. Allow every inhale and exhale to gently guide you a little deeper into this relaxation. When the mind is wandering away, remind yourself to come back into this space by watching your breath coming and going. Begin to bring your awareness back into your breath. And we'll slowly extend the legs straight. Placing both of your hands on the floor if you haven't already, and turn your palms down. Just feeling the earth with both of your hands. And without any jerking movement, start to squeeze your chin into the chest and support yourself to come all the way back up into a seated position. We'll take a moment to stay in this seated position, keeping your eyes completely closed. You can keep your legs straight, or you can even sit with your legs crossed. Let's gently open our eyes, and we'll begin to create our second position. So what I'm going to do here is, as you can see that I have another blanket, I'm gonna put this blanket into a long shape like this at the end of my pillow, so we don't move the pillows around. And I'm going to put one of the little pillows that I have onto the floor, so on the edge of my yoga mat, and I'm going to sit on the side. So, and at this stage, I'm sitting on my left side, and I'm gonna place the pillow underneath my left knee. And since I have another pillow, I'm gonna put it on top of the left leg, and I'm gonna place the right leg on top of it. So my legs are not stacking on top of each other perfectly, and that's completely okay, yeah? So you can also place the little pillow a little lower so that your leg can be supported. Now we're going to grab a blanket to cover ourselves up halfway through or entirely. And I'm going to place both of my hands on either side of this pillow or a bolster if you have one. I'm gonna sit nice and tall here, and I'm gonna gently lay down through the left side of my rib cage. So not on the chest really, but on the side of my rib cage. And I'm gonna place my left cheek down against the pillow. Now I'm gonna rest my right hands on the floor just next to this pillow. And you can slowly wiggle down, especially around the hips area or maybe on your legs, so that you can find that sweet spot where you can stay for a long period of time. If you feel like you want to twist some more, of course, you can turn your head to the opposite side. Or if you feel like, no, I just want to stay here because it feels so good, then please stay here. So we'll stay for as long as until you hear me giving you the next cue to turn around, so that you can also reach to the opposite side. But until then, I want you to just relax. I promise that I'm not gonna leave you alone. And just try to savor this very moment. A moment of relaxation that will boost our immune system. Most of the time, we are looking around what can we do to boost our immune system, while the basic need that we can actually find is just finding time to rest, finding time to calm your mind, observe your breath, and noticing if there's any tension that comes appearing all of a sudden in any part of your physical body, or maybe tension in the mind. The best way to release tension is by acknowledging the tension so that you can invite them to release. Gently bring your awareness back into your breath. And slowly pushing your hands against the earth to bring your way back into a seated position. Try to move as gently as you can, taking your time, maybe stay for a moment in the seated position, or maybe turning around so that you can stay onto the opposite side. So really try to practice on your own time and on your own pace, making sure that everything is moving slow and you can breathe as gently as you can. And the same like on the opposite side, bringing both of your hands on either side of the pillows, and then gently bringing the right side of the body, or maybe the left side, whatever side that you're on right now. And then allowing your cheek to rest on the props. And then as soon as you lay down, bring your awareness back again to your breath. Allowing the breath to gently come and go. And instead of following the river of thoughts, try to be the observer of that river of thoughts. So instead of swimming in it, I want you to just sit at the edge of the river and just watch the river of thoughts slowly flowing away. Slowly bring your awareness back into your breath, into your physical body. Gently supporting yourself to come all the way back up to a seated position. Take a moment to sit with your eyes closed. And then we'll slowly open the eyes so that we can prepare our next place. So we're not gonna be needing any of these pillows so far. We're just gonna be needing a blanket. So I'm going to fold my blanket small so that it reaches this shape. So whatever kind of blanket that you have is gonna work just fine. And if you have a thin blanket, maybe you wanna stack two blankets on top of each other so it's a little thicker. But for now, this is what's gonna happen. I'm going to fold another half onto the blanket so that I have like a blanket that is similar to a block. If you have a yoga block, you can use that. But if you don't have a blanket or two blankets on top of each other, is perfect. If you have a wall like me, you can use this wall. So we're gonna practice legs on the wall. If you don't have a wall, but you have a couch or a chair near you, you can place your legs on top of it and allow the knees to bend. If you don't have anything, don't worry, we can also find a way. So I'm just gonna show you, if you don't have anything, this is what it's gonna look like. Basically, I'm gonna place the makeshift block in the center of my mat. So say I don't have any wall, I don't have any couch, I don't have any chair. I'm going to lay down so that my sacrum is going to be placed on top of this makeshift block, so which is my blanket. And I'm gonna rest my hands down the side of my body, turning my palms up or down, so whatever feels good for you. And you can reach your legs up one and another one, and you'll stay here, okay? So make sure that your shoulders is not holding any tension here. You can try to lift the shoulders up so that the center of your upper back is actually flat on the ground. So if you don't have any wall, you'll stay here. If you have a couch, you can actually bend your knees and rest your legs on top of a couch or a chair near you. And if you have a wall like what you see here that I have, I'm just gonna place the makeshift pillow near the wall. And then I'm going to slowly sit as close as I can towards the wall because this is gonna be a little tricky to do. And I'm going to slowly lean back, legs up the wall, and I'm going to need to lift my hips up so that I can readjust the placement of my sacrum on top of the blanket. And you can keep your knees bent. If having your legs straight is not comfortable for you, you can keep your knees bent and stay there, or maybe just resting your legs against the wall. So choose wherever you want to stay. So if your legs are in the air, of course you can bend your knees and stay there. I'm not gonna stay here forever, but this is apparently is the ultimate stress reliever. So if you're super tired physically or mentally, legs up the wall is the number one asana that you should look for. So this posture allows your blood circulation to even out, releases pressure from your back. and help you feel grounded. So wherever you are, breathe deeply and gently. We'll stay here for 3 more deep breaths. And slowly, slowly, wherever you are, bring your legs back down. Maybe if it's against the wall, you can bring the knees into the chest. If it's up in the sky, you can also bring your knees to your chest. And slowly rolling to one side. And pushing yourself as gently as you can back to a seated position. Take a moment to find your stability, to neutralize everything that you feel in the body and mind in a seated position. Once you're ready, you can blink your eyes open because we'll reach the last phase of the practice. So I'm going to invite you to grab your pillows or maybe a bolster, but I don't have a bolster. So I'm gonna be using these 2 pillows, and I put the pillows at the end of my yoga mat. And I'm gonna have one couch pillow, and I'm gonna put it on an angle. So not flat on the floor, but on an angle, like so. So then if you have a blanket, we're gonna grab this blanket and we're going to create a little sushi roll blanket. So nothing fancy. I just want you to roll the blanket tightly and place it at the top of your bolster or your pillow, just right at the center. So at this stage, we have 2 pillows and a smaller pillows being put in an angle, and then a sushi roll blanket on top of it, right? And of course, I have one last blanket, which I'm going to use to cover myself later on. So you can prepare that already. So I'm just gonna put it right there. And then I'm going to, do you all have a couch pillow? So if you do have, you're just gonna come closer so you know what's gonna happen. We're gonna use this for our head. So when I put it behind my head as I lay down, it's gonna look like this. So it's not gonna be like a square. It's gonna be like this shape, right? So I want you, once you lay down, I want you to place the one corner of the pillow underneath and another corner of the pillow underneath. And so it's going to give a little hugging sensation to your head, because our head naturally will relax if you allow the head to feel like it can drop to one side. And this will help you to do that. So if I put it on the floor, it's gonna look like this. So first I'm gonna place my leg on top of these props, the back of my knees resting on top of the sushi roll blanket, and then this angled pillow is actually supporting my cup, which is really, really nice. And now I'm going to grab my blanket and I'm going to give myself a little tuck in, because it helps us to relax just 10 times better than when we don't actually tuck in. But of course, this is my personal preference. And once I'm ready, I'm gonna lay down. And as soon as you put your head down against the pillow, you can turn the edge of the pillow underneath your head and the other side as well. And you can cover your eyes with the eye pillow or with your little scarf. And as soon as you cover your eyes with the little scarf, you are good to go. Maybe placing your arms down the side of your body and turn the palms up. Or maybe placing your hands on top of your belly. And then allowing yourself to gently falling a little deeper into this position. It gets a little easier to get deep into our meditation when we allow ourselves to listen to all the sounds around us. And keeping the ears open so that we can hear. And slowly bring your awareness into your breath. Maybe noticing the rhythm of your heart. Maybe noticing the movement of your belly as it rises and falls as you breathe. Allowing your entire legs all the way up to the crown of your head to slowly melt away. There is no reason to resist. All you need to do is to let go. Just for this moment. Allow the gravity to pull your entire body a little deeper into the earth. It is time to rest just for this moment. Slowly bring your awareness back into your breath. As you deepen the breath, begin to wiggle your toes, your fingers. With your arms overhead and stretch it all out. Bringing your knees gently into your heart so that you can roll completely to your right side. And as gentle as possible, keeping your eyes closed, slowly push yourself to come all the way back up into a seated position. Bringing both of your hands in front of the heart into Anjali Mudra. Take a deep breath in through the nose. And exhale to sigh. We'll end the practice by chanting Om together one time. Before we chant, we'll take a deep breath in. And again to sigh. Inhale to chant. Let's bring the thumbs up between the eyebrows for intuition. Thumbs down to our lips for truth and honesty. Bringing the thumbs down to the heart for love and compassion. Let's bring the hands down to the earth. Namaste.